the hard question of it is, is there anything that's too dangerous to be allowed? Is there anything that, if it happens, it's going to be the end of everything, and so it's too dangerous to let it be allowed? And that seems to be the point that a lot of people on the left are making, is like with climate change or like with all these other things, nuclear weapons, the Large Hadron Collider that we thought was going to create a black hole that would kill everybody.
And it didn't.
It didn't, of course, because it never does. But, is there anything that's too dangerous to be allowed?
You obviously haven't seen WandaVision.
I haven't.
Because there are things that need to be stopped by the government.
Yeah.
Well, Wanda herself.
Yeah, Wanda.
Well, she has
chaos
magic.
I wonder that about human cloning and things like that. Is that something that's just like too dangerous to allow? I don't really think that we should be centrally disallowing things on that nature, but I think it's a real question that we have to grapple with.
Yeah.
Is there something that's just too risky?
I think there's things we should not do, but I will go to my libertarian mantra that it's not the government's role to always do the restraining.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Restraining has to come from other forms of authority.
People need to have their own ethics and moral compass, and if they lack it, they're going to do what they want to do regardless of government, right?
Something provides that moral compass, whether it's your mom teaching you don't hurt people and don't take their stuff. There's been some authority in your life that's helping restrain you.
Is Kibbe getting royalties off the show or something?
So but there's and you can get that from your faith, but Hayek would argue that these rules that keep us from doing stupid and bad things are things that sort of emerge spontaneously as people sort of stumble through life. And Adam Ferguson called it the wisdom of crowds, and Hayek, talked about spontaneous order. But I think that this is another thing that libertarians suck at, is it's not, we've never ever believed, do whatever you want, I don't give a damn about anybody or everything.
Yeah.
It's like we create as humans these institutions that say things like drive on the right side of the road so you don't kill anybody. And that was not a law. That was just like people probably running into each other saying, I guess we shouldn't do this anymore.
Yeah, it's the unspoken rules that we all abide by for practical reasons.
Yeah.
I think that there is a cultural need for there isn't as much unifying culture because it's been fractured too much. And I think that there's a need for institutions to provide some sort of compass, and too many people have either given up on religion as that institution. You see sort of your communal clubs, like, you used to have the Rotary clubs and the, those things, which generally were just a place to get a cheap beer. But still, all those things are sort of fading away.
Don't forget the hats.
Yes.
The hats were awesome.
And but they're kind of there's nothing necessarily replacing it. Instead, what's replacing it is this negative internet culture.
Or concerts. That's what's going to replace it. That's why we need to legalize them again.
You should have concerts again because they are a positive outlet. People are dying.
I think we need a plurality in society of these things that we all associate with, and it's a variety for every person. But I feel like they're being replaced by just government, just the state or the political parties.
Yeah.
All we have is you're on this team, you're on that team, and that's it.
Yep.